That must be scripted.
Or we could improv.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't know anything about improv.
I think you're naturally a pretty good improviser.
Could you grab an ashtray?
Hmm?
Could you get an ashtray?
Yes. I will do that.
Thanks.
Alright. Alright, let's get started.
Alright. Welcome.
Welcome to National Prayer Breakfast. Welcome to National Prayer Breakfast. I'm your host, Aaron.
National Prayer Second Breakfast.
National Prayer Second Breakfast?
That could be like the bonus episodes.
Yeah, Second Breakfast.
Yeah.
We are just stealing all kinds of intellectual property. And it's good. It's the only way to do it. That's why you get into satire. You don't want to make your own shit.
Hell yeah.
That's why I'm into satire.
Yeah. Me too.
The problem is after you get really good at rolling joints with a machine, you pack too much weed in them, and then you get it's hard to suck.
I don't use that machine. I like to rely on my own
I know
machines.
this about you, and you do fine work. Your joints are distinctive, no doubt.
Also, in case anyone has noticed, we're with a new friend. This is
Simon.
Simon!
Say hello, Simon. He's been talking all day.
He's fresh and off the streets.
He's a homeless boy.
He will make himself known. After he figures out that he's on a podcast right now, he will start talking.
So hopefully he doesn't have rabies. It is
He scratched me and I was like, oh fuck.
It is basically a 0% survival rate for humans. So
Something to...
I'll risk it.
Keith, you're kind of letting your hypochondria take the reins tonight, aren't you?
No, just rabies facts. Well, it's also very unlikely that...
I think it would be an honor to die of rabies.
Really?
What happens? I mean, do you turn into a zombie?
You get a fear of water or something, isn't that part of it?
It's a horrifying death.
Really?
No doubt. Yeah, it's a terrible
How many people
fate.
die of rabies a year, you think?
Very few, because if you get bit by an animal, you just go get it tested, and you get a,
shot.
Pre-exposure or post-exposure shot, yeah.
It's like 6 shots. It's like a lot of shots.
And that way you just don't get the infection.
Yeah.
Do reptiles get rabies?
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Did you get bit by a reptile?
Yeah, that reminds me, yeah.
He's got bit by a croc and was just wondering.
So I was bit by a crocodile earlier.
Oh.
I have a bit of a story to tell.
I don't think they do. Our swamp daddy told us you just had to get stitches.
Okay. How's my hat looking? Am I wearing it the correct way? Should I wear it sideways to be kind of edgy?
You look good.
Yeah.
You could pull it down in the front if you want to be mysterious.
I kind of do. Honestly, that's kind of the look I was hoping for.
I'm going for the Alicia Keys too.
I've heard recently, in certain areas, raccoons are exhibiting weird behavior and coming up to people and hugging them and holding their legs, and I guess there's enough fentanyl in the water or something that these raccoons are just getting fucked up on fentanyl and getting real
Isn't
cuddly.
that neat? That should be what that should be what National Geographic Channel is just
Animals.
just
The raccoon, he gets very cuddly when he's on fentanyl. Or I can't do the David's... What is
Raccoons
it, David
have had to
Attenborough?
evolve to survive fentanyl addiction.
The raccoons have survived to... They've grown accustomed to the fentanyl taste.
Although the fentanyl company has poisoned millions of raccoons, they've faced no consequences.
Just like the Great British Bake Off, all of a sudden raccoons start crawling on the tables.
Yeah.
High as fuck.
Yeah.
These raccoons are messing up the pastries. They've been consuming fuckloads of fentanyl.
Keith, do you have a prayer prepared for us?
Well, seeing that we're still on the verge of nuclear annihilation, I thought I would just say... Imagine all the people. It's easy if you try.
Yeah.
You go.
Well, have you ever heard the song
No
Women?
hell below us.
Have you ever heard the John Lennon classic "Woman is the N-word of the world"?
Yeah. What if the nuclear bombs start and just like Gal Gadot starts singing that one?
Imagine all the people.
Woman is the N-word.
By the way, we are referencing a real song. We didn't just come up with a bit where John Lennon says the N-word. In a well-meaning,
There was a lot of those. There was rock and roll N-word.
Yeah.
Was a big song.
Patti Smith.
Yeah. I'm not sure if that was the same.
What are you gonna
thing,
do? You
but-
gonna throw out? You gonna throw out the whole catalog? I don't know. Maybe we should cancel Patti Smith. Has anyone done that yet?
Yeah, she's probably safe just because like the generations that would do that probably aren't aware of Patti Smith. So
Sure.
Yeah.
she's obscure enough that she's good.
Right.
What if we get Patti Smith canceled?
That would I would kill myself if that was my first claim to fame.
Yeah.
Oh, that's that comedian that canceled Patti Smith. Kill me. Isn't that comedian that brought down the beloved singer-songwriter, revolutionary feminist, anti-establishment figure Patti Smith?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that is that.
You're the Patti Smith podcast. Speaking of cancellations, one of the people from your guys' community, the hetero community, is kind of getting canceled. Is James Corden.
Oh shit! Not only a hetero, but also an ally.
Yeah, he's an ally to the heteros.
Wait, who's he?
James Corden.
So he's
Is he the late night host?
Yeah,
he's a chubby little fuckface.
Wait, I thought he was gay.
I know, that's his whole thing is he got a job because an executive thought he was like a fat gay guy, but he's straight.
Yeah.
And because he's British. Like, he's not funny, but he's fat and British, so they're just like, oh, he must be a gay guy. We gotta get a gay on late night.
Yes.
He's...
For all intents and purposes, he is a gay man.
No, he's not. No.
Publicly, most of the boomers that see his show probably think he's a gay man.
Yeah, they're like, what? Some of my best friends are gay. James Corden.
Yeah, yeah. He's Ted Cruz's gay friend that he's been referencing for 500 years.
Yeah, James Corden is. Well, this is one thing a lot of straight people do is you guys love to push off your like shitty ones off on us. Yes. Like straight people will be like anyone that's sort of just a weirdo. They'll be like, I think he's gay, and it's like no, straight people are weird too. They'll be like, Bill Cosby raped 900 women.
Yeah,
overcompensating much. Yeah. Actually, have you guys ever watched The Tudors? It's about like Henry VIII and his 6 wives.
You've told me a lot about this show, and I would like to watch it.
It's a fucking amazing show, and I'm obsessed. I've watched everything about Henry VIII or Anne Boleyn.
Yeah,
but in The Tudors, I'm sure it was in real life, but in the show, Anne Boleyn's brother is gay.
Okay.
And his pretty unsympathetic character because he has a wife who, like, it's arranged back then.
Right.
But he's just cheating on her all the time with, like, dudes at court. And, she's distraught. And so already it's like, he's not in a great position of the time, but he's still being a dick to his wife. Because he wants nothing to do with her. But then in one episode, he just starts raping his wife. Which makes absolutely zero sense. Like, he's gay, so he's not having sex with his wife, but he's also a rapist.
Right. That's weird. Why did they do that? Was it based at all?
No, I think they just wanted to
Add a little
make him
maybe
less likable.
shock
Whose fucking nephew wrote that into it?
Okay, wait. So what did James Corden
Oh yeah,
do?
so James Corden. Well, he has a kind of a history of like being rude to waitstaff. I guess like he gets like drunk at restaurants and is just kind of a dick.
I want to talk to your manager.
I'd like to talk to your manager, please. I don't like him, so he's so not funny. I watched an Anna Wintour interview, not just another aside, and they're like, what do you miss most about England? She's like, the humor. The humor, it's so much more advanced than this, like, this horrible country. And they're like, who's your favorite comedian? She said, James Corden.
James Corden.
So yeah, the British humor is just much more sophisticated. But anyway, he has a...
Sorry, we have a dire wolf.
There's a lot of anecdotes of James Corden being like a little diva. One of the funny ones is someone was on a plane with him, and they... James was sat next to a woman with like a crying baby, and I guess like this whole flight, like this baby was just wailing and like, you know, spitting up, and the mother was like burping it, and like... And I guess, like, they were, like, kind of impressed. Like, James Corden the whole time was just sort of minding his own business and wasn't complaining or seeming frustrated by this, like, screaming baby. And then the flight ended, and the woman's, like, the baby's still screaming. She's struggling to get stuff out of the upper compartment. And she, like, snaps at James. She's like, do you want to fucking help me? And it turns out this woman was his wife. So, like, they thought it was, like, a story. Like, oh, he's being so nice about this, like, awful baby. It was actually just he was, like, so I deal with it.
That's hilarious.
So that's, like, a good, that's a good anecdote. But this recent thing, he was really rude to waitstaff at a restaurant. He went there once, and there was hair in his food, and he, like, kind of threw a fit. Which hair is, like... Sometimes you're grossed out by it, but like half the time you're just like, I'm fucking hungry.
It's inevitable too.
Well, especially if you live with women, like
Yeah.
If my hair's in food, you're not going to notice it. Like it's short and invisible, but
right.
Hair, it's not that gross, really. It just feels gross. Like,
Yeah.
So half the time, if I'm at a restaurant, I find hair in my food. I'm just like, fuck you.
I feel like germophobia kind of gets. I don't know. It's like considered admirable.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a little bit irrational to live that way, to extremes.
Real germophobia is like not cute. So people like... It's sort of how people are like, oh, I'm OCD, but they just like to arrange the bookshelf, and it's like, well, if it's not ruining your life, then it's not really. It doesn't fit the definition because it's like, it by definition has to be destructive. Like
sure.
Like I lost my job because I was late to work because I kept relocking the front door, and then I would leave work early because I was convinced I left it unlocked.
Yeah.
And now I'm homeless. So I guess he went back to this restaurant, James Corden, where he found the hair. He gave it another go, and his wife ordered an all yolk omelet. Which I want to repeat that, an all yolk omelet. You may have heard of an egg white only.
Yeah.
So that's sort of where, and I guess there was some whites in her omelet, and he like blew up.
Oh no.
And this like really piqued my interest because it's like, what's with this all yolk omelet? Like, is he trying to kill his wife? Through heart disease or...
That is weird.
Yeah.
All yolk omelet.
Yeah.
No fucking whites.
And he found some whites.
Yeah, he's like, what the fuck
What are you trying to clean out her aorta?
Right.
How is she gonna die?
So basically, he turned into Robert De Niro in Casino. Like, where like the scene where he's the casino director, obviously. But he is eating a blueberry muffin, and it doesn't have very many blueberries in it. And he looks over at his friends, and it has a ton of them. And he goes into the kitchen, and he's just like, from now on, an equal amount of blueberries in every muffin. And the guy's like, do you know how long that's going to take? And he's just like, I don't care, you do it. Shut the fuck up, Shiva. Knock it off. Hey, I love
James Corden of Carpool Karaoke fame.
Yeah.
The worst humor.
Possibly, yeah, like, maybe the biggest shitbag in late night, which is quite a feat.
I'd say without a doubt he is.
Yeah.
How would he feel? Who are the other guys? Jimmy Fallon?
Jimmy Fallon is more, like, I'm a little bit more sympathetic to, because I feel like he's just an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Which isn't good, you know, whatever.
If Jimmy Fallon gets sober, he's not going to remember any of this, and that's sort of, in a way, kind of cool.
He's an unbelievable alcoholic.
His life is walk the line,
Yeah.
and we just haven't gotten to the point where he gets to rehab yet.
Wait.
Right.
I'm trying to remember that one.
Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah, what about Jimmy Kimmel?
I'm like,
wait, who
he
is the
abuses
Jimmy
substances,
Fallon?
He said while lighting his third joint.
He's a druggie.
Yeah.
Oh,
Simon? No.
Simon, no.
Simon.
Oh
is
yeah, see,
gonna-
I love Jimmy Fallon.
Really? Don't say that into the microphone, please.
Wait.
You like Conan. Say that. Say you like Conan. That's better.
Wait. No.
Kimmel sucks. God, don't say Kimmel.
No. Which one's the alcoholic?
Jimmy Fallon.
That one.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks. No, I don't like him, but I mean, I think that one was the most. I feel like
he is a fairly nice guy.
I was the most entertained by him.
Is what I've heard. Yeah. Like Jimmy Fallon's like a pretty decent dude. But he is like he's the late night like network.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like at least his guests feel like they're having fun on his show.
Yeah.
You know, I don't. Who put? Maybe it was Tim Dillon. Like, Colbert is just like crying.
Yeah.
Every week.
Yeah, Colbert.
Wait, do we like Colbert?
No, I mean we like early.
Form.
Maybe early Colbert had some merit because he was this satirical character, and he Colbert is like an improviser, and he's a sketch comedian, you know, stuff like that. But I don't think he's ever been a stand-up. But he played that role wonderfully. He was a great troll. And he was doing satire on late night that parodied these Sean Hannity types and Bill O'Reilly, like these right-wing dipshits that you know made Fox what it is today, basically.
Yeah.
And now he is like he's just like a shill for the I don't know, just like the corporate media, basically.
He just makes like Trump is gay jokes, basically.
Yeah. It's very just like obvious orange man bad bullshit.
Trump sucks Putin's cock.
Yeah.
Jokes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Tight.
I don't know. I feel like, I mean, the dream has always been for generations, like late night was the goal, like, or whatever, like you want to perform on late night, you know, and then after that you want, like, the biggest people get those network gigs.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And now I just can't imagine the type of comedian that still watches Jimmy Kimmel lovingly, like, you know, and thinks like, I want that that job.
Yeah.
I want to be a shill for Bitcoin. And
it's a huge platform as a guest, but
NFTs.
It doesn't seem like it would be an actual fulfilling job.
They were all shilling for NFTs when they knew that that shit was a scam.
Yeah.
I feel like...
I don't even know what that means.
The NFTs.
Yeah.
They're just like JPEGs that are getting sold for thousands.
It was a part of like it was part of the enormous Bitcoin scam, like cryptocurrency. Like it was
so like,
right next to
there
it.
Would be like a picture. Let me just look up. So it literally was a scam. So NFTs were just like images that were made like by a computer or whatever of like a monkey smoking a joint with that top hat or whatever.
Yeah.
So the NFT is tracked through like crypto blockchain. So you buy this NFT and then the blockchain like is a receipt proving that you are the owner. But you're the owner of the receipt technically. So like technically the website that's like selling you still owns the like copyright of the image itself.
Yeah.
And also, like, it's just an image on the internet, so, like, anyone could take this and make it their profile picture. They don't have to spend $30,000.
Right.
But it's also...
if you were if that was worth $30,000 to you.
It might have sold for $300,000 for all we know. Yeah. But it was also a scam because, like, the companies selling these would, like, pay, you know, Kim Kardashian or Paris Hilton, like, $100,000 to say they bought one. Or, you know, whoever, and Jimmy Fallon, and they're like, I just bought a fucking monkey. I'm so excited.
Yeah. They would show them on the couch, like they would have a printout of it, and Jimmy would be like, I want to get one like that, you know, like it was just like.
So the price of these kept going up, like they're worth nothing literally, but because like they're getting all these like late night television and buzz on the internet. There's hype about it, so it's expected that their price will go up. So because of that, their price is just inflating. Like it's getting pumped up artificially. So people are buying them now, assuming that the price will go up. So everyone's buying it with the hopes of selling it. Like no one really wants to keep this monkey. I mean, maybe there's a few idiots like Eminem that's like, oh yeah, I bought a monkey too. Like,
can I say something?
I'm so cool.
I envy you for not knowing about this shit, because this is what I spent my time like listening to podcasts about, like.
Explain to me why, like, it's like, why are people buying these monkeys, like,
right? And I was just horrified because it seemed like a scam, and then it turned out to very much be a scam. You know?
So who was selling them?
All kinds of people. Just like rich people would promote it, and then people would promote it on podcasts, like say it's a good investment.
So who's making the money?
So like there would be like different companies, like Bored Ape Yacht Club is one that they had like a computer procedurally generating these monkey images.
Oh.
And then they would sell them on like a website called like OpenSea or something, which was profiting a lot of it as well.
Yeah.
So like they were selling the NFTs, but again the NFT is technically the receipt of purchase. So the actual image still is copyrighted by the Bored Ape Yacht Club, and
it's like a Ponzi scheme.
There's there's another like whole legal problem with it, because if you resell that NFT, which most of them were being resold, the benefits or whatever that go with the original NFT receipt don't necessarily transfer.
What were the benefits?
They were like, you get to be part of this Bored Ape Yacht Club and come to our like Comic-Con type like meetups. They would have like, so that was another thing. Like you buy one of these apes, you got to go to their meetups, and like maybe Nelly is there. Or maybe Jimmy Fallon's there, or maybe
Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Basically, can I say something?
Yeah.
It's the reason why this is horrifying is that it was just like a new level that it felt like a new level that capitalism got to, where just people were having no luck in the regular markets, and they had to find bullshit like ways to make money. And maybe much more sinister than that too. Maybe
it's
it
almost
was just
like
an opportunist.
It's almost like the .com boom, but with less actual chance of anything. NFTs would never be anything.
But it seemed like a conscious effort by the media and everyone to just say, this is the future. This is a stable way to like fucking invest your money. And people, it just wound up being like chaos. Like it just
I mean, I still don't know what you're investing. Like, how would you make a profit off of it?
Well,
you resell it to someone else if the price goes up.
Yeah, it's like a pump and dump
you
scheme.
just like you buy it with the hopes that someone else is stupider than you and will buy it from you.
Yes,
really, like that's it.
It was like multi-level marketing, and a lot of the people that I know that I know people that are into multi-level marketing, and they all were like fucking Bitcoin people.
Yeah,
all of them.
So is Bitcoin is that still valuable now?
It's lost like a huge amount of its value from its highest point, but Bitcoin is like one of the more... Bitcoin was actually used to some extent as a currency. Like a lot of these have never been used to purchase anything, but people were and probably still are using Bitcoin to buy like child pornography and drugs on the dark web.
Yeah.
So it's at least being used for that, I guess you could say.
When I lived in Chicago, I mean, there was a Bitcoin ATM.
Yeah. Which also doesn't really... Which I don't think you need, but...
I don't even know what that is. Like, I don't know how Bitcoin worked either, but...
It's a joke now. Like, right now.
I was getting ads for a credit card from, like, Chase, and they're like... Chase's new credit card powered by crypto. And it's like, well, what's that mean? Powered by crypto. It means nothing.
Nothing.
Like, surely the
fucking
credit...
nothing.
Like, it's a credit card, so there is no actual money there anyway.
Right.
What is the difference between credit and crypto credit? Powered by crypto, like...
Dude, I really think that it was just like a very criminal transfer of wealth from... Yes. Susceptible consumers on the internet to tech bandits, basically.
Yes,
and bandits.
One of those bandits. Did you ever watch this, Aaron?
Zuckerberg's sister goes to sings to crypto. Yeah, I think yes.
So Mark Zuckerberg's sister, Randy Zuckerberg, did a song like promoting crypto, and this song that she made, and this is her in the video, it has like a feminist angle, and it's like, this is how girls make it, and she's like, we're all gonna make it, which of course, like, she's gonna make a bunch of money. Buying crypto for your average woman is obviously not like, she was trying to sell it as like crypto is like how we're gonna like how women are going to come out on top.
Yeah.
And then she's throwing in all this crypto lingo like hold, which is what they say for like not selling so the price doesn't drop. And, whatever. Hold the dip is another thing. It's very culty.
Oh, God. Yeah, I remember this. This is, by the way, this is what happens when these fucking billionaires are allowed to run the company. Like, right?
Yeah.
This is, like, they need to be protected from themselves.
Yeah.
They need someone to be like, you cannot do this. Dude, isn't this why Succession is so good?
Yeah.
This exact sort of thing.
And if the audience, I want the audience, you can hear how annoying it is, but just YouTube Mark Zuckerberg's sister sings to crypto, or Randy Zuckerberg's song. You gotta get a visual of this girl. I am
so jealous of you that you don't know about this darkness. You live your life without witnessing these horrors, and I know no other way. That's going to be our audience, really, is people who like a good nightmare like this.
Can we talk about her outfit?
Yeah, I mean...
she's wearing like a jean jacket and t-shirt, and then there's just fringe like shooting out the bottom of her t-shirt.
Very odd.
And then she's wearing some kind of leather hot pants. Got your early 2000s iPod commercial.
Yeah. Is it raining?
Yeah.
Oh my god, the fringe.
Yeah, is that like a part of a fanny pack, or like...
just slapping her ass. Terrifying.
And it's so insidious, we're all gonna make it. Like, if you invest all your money and crypto value completely bottoms out, you're fucked. Randy Zuckerberg, like, she'll be fine.
She'll be fine.
Yeah.
By definition, to make money off crypto, like, you have to sell it to some other poor schmuck before it crashes.
People always assume that billionaires are more complicated than they are, I think.
Yes.
Especially with that, like... Because it seems like, well, why would they? They're already rich. Why would they shill for something like this to get a little bit richer?
Yeah.
And then you look at their net worth and how that grew over the fucking pandemic when everyone else's net worth went down. Like,
yes.
And it's like, oh, they were behind that. Like, they were, or they benefited off it.
Well, it's
so much.
It's these people that have hundreds of millions of dollars in assets kind of loan from the government to pay their employees. Like, they had the money, they had the assets. A lot of them laid off their employees anyway, which they weren't supposed to. And then they got their debt forgiven by the government.
Yep.
Yep.
It's, that is how they got their money in the first place, and it's how they've kept it.
Yep. But, that makes them smart, as Trump said. That makes me smart.
Yeah.
Well, that makes me smart.
If anyone crosses the billion threshold, I pretty much don't question anything they say.
Can we make a Trump musical?
That's got to be a thing at this point.
But we should make one. Our own. Our own. I don't think anyone could do it as good as us. I think we're the boys and Olivia for the job. Olivia really went all out for the episode, and we commend her for it. Thank you, Olivia.
Thank you, Olivia.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
We are getting in the spirit for Randy season. Can we talk about that, Keith? Like what we're thinking a little bit?
So I was just checking if there's a Trump musical. Yes, there is. Trump the Musical.
Nice.
Stop.
We'll buy the rights. We're about to get rich on Patreon.
Are we going to buy the NFT rights? Or wait, can you buy...
Yeah, we're going to sell an NFT.
Yeah.
We're going to sell a Randy NFT was what we were talking about.
Randy NFT. Randy Board Apes. Randy, if you don't know about Randy... check my Instagram. I'm making a comic book, an ongoing comic book, a graphic novel called Randy. And it's about a wizard named Randy who lives in a planet realm called Missouri. And that his Missouri has nothing to do with our Missouri, except for that it is shaped exactly like it. and it's an interesting story. Randy has an iPad, and he connects to our internet, so he is exposed to American culture, and that is reflected in the writing. It's illustrated with my paintings and various graphic design elements. It's the easiest thing to read you could possibly imagine. It's basically a story told through memes. And I'm very excited about it. It will, I believe, I don't know what day we'll release this. I would imagine on Halloween. So it will be out. It will be, and the instructions will be available to you. Right now we're getting down to the wire, but it's looking like we're going to do it on Patreon. And with that, I might add, we will be doing an extra episode a week, and that's something I will commit to. I don't know. Keith and I have some ideas, some projects. We might do a voice animated Randy. We'll do all sorts of fun things. We want to do like movie reviews, but we want the Patreon to be unbelievable. We want that for the Prayer Warriors, which I have a sick new graphic design for us to do on t-shirts and merch. It's fantastic. It's
Prayer
got
Warriors!
Durr's hands praying with a cross joint. It's insane.
We're going with Prayer Warriors over Nationalists then?
Nationalists? Well, I mean, like, either way, we are going to be on a watch list. But I think Prayer Warriors is better.
Yeah.
I think that's more...
sort of the same meaning in a way.
Maybe we'll get added to NPR's network of podcasts, you know?
Yeah.
Wouldn't NPR, because they're so liberal.
Well, you know, I have my soft-spoken voice.
We know all about it.
Would fit perfectly over at NPR.
We know all about this character.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I'm an NPR fan.
Keith, can you speak to your half of the Patreon writing, what we're thinking? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, so I'll be writing some, I guess like an anthology of short stories is the first thing I have planned. And probably not weekly. They are going to be like not microfiction, but like a full short story. So that's a little bit too fast for me. But they're going to be sort of like horror stories, sort of Black Mirror-ish, sort of Twilight Zone-ish. It's going to be people put in very fucked up situations and then just sort of like how they respond to very horrifying
Sweet.
He's read some of the outlines to me, and I've read some of his writing for it, and I must say that we are going to get rich. These are between Randy and that, like, if we can reach the right people who will fuck with that, then it'll be explosive, because it's good. It's really fucking good stuff.
I want to have the first story up in the next couple weeks if I can. It's gonna be the most kind of more just like horror, I guess. It's going to be a story that if you read, you're going to say, like, what was the point of this? This was just fucked. But there is a point, I promise, and there is some, like, it is sort of a humorous, ironic story, I think. So.
Yeah. And it's kind of based in realism at times.
They're not super fanciful, or they're not like science fiction like a Black Mirror necessarily.
Although there are elements in some of them.
Yeah.
But it is more realism.
Probably more Twilight Zone than Black Mirror. They're very technology.
Yep. We're having a good time. Simon has been a rascal. And I would imagine Simon is going to be a rascal for a little while.
Hopefully that's not a sign of rabies. Wasn't it like drooling or foaming at the mouth?
Yeah, he's shown no.
And he's
symptoms.
drinking water.
Yeah.
He's drinking water.
Yeah, he likes his water.
Yeah, I don't think
good.
you need to really worry, Keith. We'll get it. We'll take care of Simon.
You know.
Keith's like, oh no.
He immediately bites you. Well, the good news is
that wasn't a bad one.
This is how the zombie apocalypse begins.
The good news, Liv, is there are a couple dozen people that have survived rabies, so you never know. That would be a cool club to join.
Yeah.
Rabies survivors.
I would absolutely. I will be.
I wonder if they have meetings. They're like,
Probably.
we're invincible.
Dude, it's gotta be a fucking wild tale to get rabies and come back from it.
Right.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, because it changes your way of thinking.
Yeah.
You know?
It does?
Yeah. It's a psychedelic disease. In a way.
Wait, really?
Well, yeah, doesn't it, like...
It makes you repulsed by water, is that right?
Yeah, like very aggressive and basically like a zombie in a way, like...
Yeah. It's kind of... That's
But
probably
like when you come back, like if you're cured...
Yeah, like have you seen the Will Smith movie,
I Am Legend?
I Am Legend. It's probably like that.
Yeah.
I'm just talking.
Thinking of that.
I'm just talking out of my ass about rabies.
God damn it. But yeah, I don't think I don't want to. I don't even want to think about if my poor Simon had my little Simon.
No.
I can't abandon him.
Yeah, we're all getting rabies. We're gonna go down with the ship.
You excited?
Randy coming right up.
Rabies survivors
coming up.
Oh my god, it's hard to type at this angle. Oh no.
Keith.
I don't know why I said I know. She looks like a normal person.
Who is this?
A rabies survivor.
Oh, nice.
I mean,
well, she kind of looks like she's been to hell and back.
Oh, they're letting her hold a baby.
How nice of them.
You meet a rabies survivor and you're just like paranoid that they're gonna go back any second.
Yeah. She's the first person to ever. Oh.
Yeah, there's only like a couple people that have survived it. Actually, most of the survivors are from like a specific, like, indigenous tribe or something. Like,
really?
They just happen to have some sort of natural immunity, or maybe there's a different strain of rabies in that region, they think. Because basically everyone that gets it dies.
She was the first person to survive rabies without being vaccinated.
Yeah. It's gotta be crazy. Now she's got kids. Are the kids immune to rabies, you think?
Dude, they put her in a medically induced coma for 75 days. That's wild.
I want to see, like, footage.
Yeah, I wanna hear her. I wanna see her.
I wonder if she got, like, any, like, powers.
That is the question.
So, I guess the answer to your question is they don't have meetups because there's just one of them.
Yeah.
It's just her.
Well, no, it says the treatment used to save her life, called the Milwaukee Protocol, has been used to save 10 other lives.
Oh.
2 in the U.S., 4 in Peru, and 1 each in Colombia, Brazil, Chile, and Qatar.
Well, besides Qatar, they're all in this, hemisphere. So.
Yeah. I wonder...
They could.
She got it from a bat.
Yeah, I think that's a common way to...
Really?
Yeah, like bats, raccoons, yeah.
Oh, raccoons?
Uh-huh.
Damn.
A lot of, like, strays, they can have it, but,
yeah.
Old Yeller, had it.
That is how they got Old Yeller.
Damn.
The hogs, the wild... What? Right? Wait, right?
It is something like that.
I think it was wild hogs that bit him.
Yeah. R.I.P. Old Yeller. Too soon.
Yeah.
Children's movies, I mean, I think we've talked about, are just the most horrific. Not unlike my stories. I should just market my stories as children's stories.
Hey.
The story's about a kid gets a dog, and the dog gets an incurable disease, and he has to murder his own dog.
So I was thinking about a series of unfortunate events the other day, and because it's really about, it's like Lemony Snicket's series of unfortunate events. It's like about the most horrifying thing that white people face in their lives, and that is not being able to get their inheritance.
The inheritance tax.
Yes. So yeah, that's Uncle Sam is Count Olaf.
Count Olaf is just charging them an estate tax.
An inheritance tax. What? Yeah, a death tax.
Count Olaf is just like the probates.
Did you know that they came up with the phrase death tax in like a focus group?
Yeah.
Like during the Bush administration.
Yeah.
They came up with wait, wasn't that during Bush?
It's like a recent thing, I think.
I can't remember where I read that actually. Fuck. I lost it. Whatever. But I do know that a death tax was like made in a focus group. It was like they had a bunch of people and they were like, would you vote for something called a death tax? And they were like, and so they were like, that's what we call it. It's like scary to make it unpopular. Like taxing the rich to give their kids their money.
Yeah. But then at the same time, like the average cost, not even for a funeral, but just to die is like $30,000.
Yeah.
And that's just, that's cool.
Yeah. Everything.
Just to be cremated and scattered in an unmarked grave is like a lot of people's like yearly salary.
Right.
And that's fine.
That's fine.
At least they're not getting taxed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's happening.
Yeah. Fun stuff. Christian capitalism. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Christian fascism. Good stuff. Good stuff. Westboro Baptist Church.
Love them.
Good folks.
I love the Westboro Baptist Church. They're just so...
they're so themselves.
They're so themselves, and they're such a gift because they... I mean, I credit them like almost single-handedly with like gay marriage being legalized. That is
without them.
I mean, truly, like they made it. Truly, they were the face of opposition to it, and they were also the face of thank God for 9/11, and it just sort of like gave a bad taste to the whole thing.
Yeah.
Thank God for Dead Soldiers was also them, if you didn't know.
Yeah. What?
Yeah,
Yeah. They were preaching that dead soldiers were,
God hates fags.
A lot of hits from that group, that super group.
One of the because most of the kids from that family, because it was basically just like 5 families that were like in their kids. Most of the kids have like been de-radicalized and left, and like through the internet, and the way like people got through to them was like just people that like DM'd them on Twitter and like, well, isn't it kind of fucked up that you guys would like kill, like all the Jews or something, like if you could? And she's like, no, we wouldn't. We follow the laws. And he's like, yeah, but if you were in charge and like could do whatever you wanted, you would. And she's like, oh yeah, I guess we would. Like, and that's sort of like how she realized, like, oh, I guess we are the worst. They kind of hide behind the like, no, we don't want to genocide anyone. Like, we follow the law, and it's like But at the same time, it's like, oh yeah, if we were in power, we'd totally...
Yeah.
We'd be genocided.
Yeah.
Crazy.
We should take a field trip to Westboro. We should do a an on-site in lawn chairs podcast.
Yeah.
In front of the church.
With a megaphone.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. I mean, that's just so already done. Those types of...
Yeah, but they're being antagonistic.
Oh yeah, we would be supportive.
We would have signs that say our God hates fags more than yours does. You guys are fucking posers.
Yeah, you pussies.
Yeah. Our God did 9/11.
Yeah.
No, it's gonna be fun.
It is, I really have been enjoying being sacrilegious lately for some reason. Maybe it's just spooky season, you know? Maybe it's just spooky season, but, I've enjoyed a little mischief.
Well, half the fun of Halloween is always the people that are vampires are of the devil.
That'll do.
Witches are evil. This isn't a holiday of God. That's one of the fun things about Halloween. Also, the annual panic about candy.
Yeah.
Do you know what the theme is this year? Can you guess?
Fentanyl
and candy.
Fentanyl and candy.
Fentanyl and candy.
That's hilarious.
These are the times that we live in. Fentanyl and razor blades.
No one
Oxford Compton. What? Hey, you knock it off. Heroin. It's the reason for the season.
Make sure you check your Smarties. One of the good things about the fentanyl, if fentanyl and candy was real, it's actually kind of better than razor blades because there's fentanyl test kits everywhere.
Yeah.
You could just easily test you the candy.
That is true.
Yeah. How do you test for razor blades?
Yeah.
You'd have to break open everything.
Yeah.
Metal detector? Did they pick up on it?
Everyone, we've heard that story every Halloween forever or whatever, that you know.
I am enjoying
authorities
the memes.
are telling parents to watch out for razor blades.
I'm enjoying the memes that are going around of all just the funny shit they're putting inside candy bars.
Yeah. Authorities are warning parents to beware of some houses being owned by Proud Boys. And to check your child's trick-or-treat bag for racist propaganda.
The people that would want to put razor blades in candies, why it's always they just why would they take the rest of the year off? Why wouldn't they put razor blades in chicken nuggets or something?
Yeah.
It's such a weird thing. They just I really want to put razor blades in this kid's mouth, but it's still August. I gotta wait, unfortunately.
Yeah, Halloween.
I really want to
I
really want to poison a child, but it's not it's not time. It's like the way that people wait to play the Mariah Carey song for Christmas. No, it's too early. It's too early for fentanyl Snickers.
Yeah. Guys.
Aaron, did you go get food? Because
I feel we've made it 25 minutes without feasting.
I know.
Isn't that weird? This is a feasting show.
We started talking about fentanyl and candy.
This is Hot Ones, except for with Cheez-Its.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go. We like to snack up in this bitch. Yeah. Sorry, I've been so profane lately. I've been in Randyville. Randy has a potty mouth. Randy might even say some C words. I don't know. Why not? He might be if he ever were to be bought by Adult Swim, then maybe they'd get a British guy to.
Well, yeah, that reminds me. Speaking of the C word,
funny if a black guy voiced it.
Of Randy.
Yeah.
I mean, why not?
That would be hilarious.
The first black Randy. Previous episode I did use the C word. I called Megan McCain that, and I just wanted to clarify I was using that word in the British sense, which is really a term of endearment for them. So
yeah, it means you're powerful.
I was saying like, Megan, you my cunt. Mm-hmm. You're my cunts. I love you, cunts. That's what they say.
Yeah.
Cunts. Drinks for all my cunts.
Yeah.
Around for all the cunts.
So I have that bit that's like, I don't call, or you can't call people pussies anymore or whatever.
Yeah.
What if instead of that, I say you can't call people cunts anymore? As if that was
people don't like that word.
As if that was ever okay in Missouri.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's interesting.
I remember when people loved cunt. You know?
Yeah.
Back in the day?
Oh, yeah.
Back in the 90s in rural Missouri?
You used to leave your front door unlocked and call the milkman a cunt.
Yeah.
That's
what I did. We had a milkman.
What's happened to this country? You can't call a milkman a cunt. The milk person?
Yeah. What has happened?
They milk person?
You can't even say cunt anymore without getting canceled.
Who else up at night?
Why? Why is it so? It's not. It's hilarious.
Cunt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you do it in the British accent, it sounds delightful.
I mean, why is it offensive? Is it?
You remember in Veep when she slips up and on tape says fucktard? And they call it fucktard gate. That show is amazing. Jonah, that character, fucking rules. Sharia math.
Colts. How's the Sound of Music song go? You could just slip in there like flowers and roses and cunts and kittens. These are a few of my favorite things.
I'm a child.
When the dog bites, when my cunts.
When the dog bites, when my cunt stings.
When I'm feeling sad, I simply remember my favorite cunts. And I go to the pub with my cunts.
You know what my favorite musical is My Fair Lady.
Yeah.
That's the one about the guy. He's an English professor or something in England, and he makes a bet with a guy that he can take this quote unquote gutter snipe, this beggar lady off the street.
Jane Austen, yes.
Did Jane Austen write that? I mean, it's a retelling of Pygmalion or whatever. It's like a classic, like.
Yes, it's American Woman.
Yeah. But yeah, he makes a wager that he can make her act right, to the point that she can hang out with royalty, and they don't know the difference. And then he falls in love with her, and presumably fucks her. I don't know.
Dude, American or Pretty Woman. I really like. I feel like it sort of has like I don't like the message really, because that movie really is just like it's selling like Mad Men style gender dynamic relationships, but through like this edgy story of a prostitute.
Right.
But it's such a fucking good movie. Like, I can't help but love it.
I there's movies like that where I'm like, I'm not really down with the ideology.
The moral of the story is like, literally, like, he provides for this woman, and in exchange for his money, she is not going to fuck other people anymore. And that is how you know it's true love.
I hate the Avengers, but I love watching them.
Yeah.
I hate the ideology behind the Avengers. It's terrible.
It's the ideology behind the Avengers is the same thing like people that like think Elon Musk is gonna save us all. Elon Musk is one of our Avengers. Or what was the Republican tweet? Like Donald, Kanye, Elon.
Yeah.
That's our Avengers. Avengers assemble! Hell yeah.
Yeah, let's place political figures in an X-Men scenario.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with X-Men, or do I need to mansplain it?
I think I'm familiar.
Good.
Enough.
So, I just want to start. Bernie Sanders would have to be Professor X.
Yeah. Without a doubt.
He is the, the lawful good. Like, he's incorruptible. Mm-hmm. He's just this ancient, like, not perfect or whatever, but...
It might as well be in a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm. Alright, so then we go from Bernie Sanders, who is Magneto. It would have to be an old neocon. Right?
Yeah, like...
One who's still alive somehow.
Henry Kissinger?
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's pretty spot on.
Yeah.
Henry Kissinger is Magneto.
Yeah.
And that's perfect because both of them have the same origin story.
Yes.
Like, they witnessed horrifying things in Europe. Holocaust victims, like both of them. Do you know about Kissinger at all?
No.
There was a time where he was the architect of American foreign policy. He was the most trusted expert as far as how to, like, Cold War strategies containing the Soviet Union and expansion.
Very much like what we call the deep state. Like he was there throughout like multiple administrations, throughout different parties, even.
Mm-hmm.
The brains behind Vietnam.
Yeah. Behind Vietnam, he helped get Nixon. I mean, Nixon was how he got into like executive power to begin with, but helped get Nixon into power. They fucked up the Paris peace talks for Vietnam, basically saying like, we'll get you a better deal if we're elected, and then when Nixon got in, he ramped up the war. So basically just fucked over the Vietnamese real hard.
Yep.
And they were already getting fucked real hard.
And remember, all of this, like, he started his life horribly. Like just a horrible, traumatized. And then he led a life of violence, basically. Just carelessly, viciously destroying innocent life.
Yeah.
Under the guise of combating the Soviet Union and, the rise of communism, Marxism.
Okay.
Yep.
So he sucks.
He sucks. So that's Magneto.
He sucks. He's also all of our politicians now, essentially. Probably anyone like that we've had president so far, with kind of probably the exception of Biden, is like kind of followed the Kissinger sort of model. Mm-hmm. So, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, like they all look up to him as like a hero of theirs, like the Clintons and stuff. Like, even though if you look at American foreign policy, it was pretty much just a huge failure. I mean, it's all just been a string of failures.
Well, dipshits at this point would be like, well, if it was a failure, then why did the Soviet Union crumble?
Yeah. if it was a failure, then how come we haven't been taken over by Vietnam?
Yeah, the Soviet Union crumbled, but at what fucking cost? The lives of fucking millions globally. At the hands of governments that we funded. And wars that we fucking participated in.
In a way, these, if you did, a politics equivalent of X-Men, they're much worse than in the Magneto never really did. Magneto had an incredible power, but he just sort of, never really did much. Sometimes he would, fuck up a highway. Really, it just kind of amounted a traffic jam.
Right. He's a good villain, though.
Yeah, I mean, his power is so badass.
He has a good backstory.
Played by Ian McKellen. Perfect.
Those movies are terrific, by the way.
Yeah, the original.
I love those movies. I think that they're much better than any Avengers film that I saw.
Yeah. They were sort of huge before the comic book film thing.
X-Men 1 was in the 90s, right?
Yeah, something like that. Or maybe right at the edge of 2000. X-Men 1 and 2 were fantastic. Mm-hmm. And had huge stars.
3 was rough, but I don't think that one... Was that Bryan Singer on the
third
one?
Yeah.
Still?
It was, but I don't know.
Wasn't as good.
It was not as good. What other news are we wanting to get
Why
into?
Why have they always failed with Fantastic Four films? Why are they always terrible? Is it the source material? I don't think so. Because it's enough to play with, I think, artistically.
It's probably one of those things that is probably just better in an episodic form instead of a big grand 90-minute to 2-hour thing.
See, I always think that if a good ass fucking writer or director got a hold of it, they can make something out of anything.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi, for example.
Yes.
Thor Ragnarok is pretty fucking interesting and funny compared to
Would
the
you
rest
know
of
he
them.
is making he's adapting The Inkle, which is by a comic by Alejandro Jodorowsky. One of them I've been pushing on you.
Really?
How do you say it?
I don't know.
T.D. Wakiti. Everyone knows who we're talking about. Thor Ragnarok guy. I don't know.
Director and creator of What We Do in the Shadows as well. Which is so funny.
And Jojo Rabbit.
Also terrific.
So I'm super stoked about The Inkle. It's people should go read it. It's very the world in Thor Ragnarok, they're dumping trash in it, is straight out of The Inkle. It's just a world that's one big landfill. Is very much Inkle-esque. So he's a good fit.
Okay. Are we gonna wait? Did you want to do more X-Men comparisons, or should we let that bit die? Not even. It wasn't even a bit. It was an exercise.
Probably have to think about it more. Who would be Mystique?
So Mystique, you gotta think about her properties. She is a chameleon. She is someone who will shift form at the drop of a hat to blend in.
She is evil and sexy.
She's ancient as well.
Yeah.
But still looks young.
She looks like Jennifer Lawrence.
She still looks young. She clearly spends a lot on cosmetic surgeries and, having a big...
Well, she does it because she can just do all that on her own.
I'm referring to Nancy Pelosi.
Ew, what?
Nancy Pelosi is Mystique.
No, Mystique is fabulous and... You just made Mystique seem so lame.
No, well, I was just thinking about I was thinking about her as a fucking nothing, a fucking just she blends in, spineless.
I was gonna say I would say like a Mystique would probably be more of like a Megyn Kelly in my mind.
Okay.
Like she's hot. She'll just sort of adapt to like she's attacking Trump 1 minute, doesn't work. She tries to go be a, mainstream.
You're right.
News
That's
anchor.
better.
That doesn't work
Megyn
either.
Kelly?
I don't know.
Yeah, I feel like you can picture her without just picture someone named Megyn Kelly.
Yeah.
Who's a news anchor.
Megyn Kelly.
Blonde.
How do you spell her name? It's like a very
stupid.
It's with an N. Her name almost evokes like a gynecologist.
Yeah.
Like the word gynecologist, which is sort of fitting.
She looks like a suburban woman.
Megyn.
Yeah, her.
Yeah, she's just like the lady in the neighborhood that every dad wants to fuck.
Yeah.
She is a Mystique.
Yeah.
Was she the one that did like she either did Jesus is White or Santa's White? Both of Roger Ailes' victims did one of those. I don't know who did who, but I think it was her. She's just like, Santa is white. Kids, if you're watching, Santa's white. Like, that was like her thing.
No, fuck.
I should just look this up. Santa is... That's such a Fox News thing, like seeing Santa, like a black Santa in a mall, and just like getting fired up about it. Megyn Kelly, Santa is what he is, which is white.
By the way, for all you kids watching at home, Santa just is white, but this person is just arguing that maybe we should also have a black Santa. But Santa is what he is, and just so you know, we're just debating this because someone wrote about it, kids. Okay, I wanted to get that straight. But Jedediah, when I read the piece,
why are kids watching Megyn Kelly? That's not a thing. I mean, I watched Fox News as a kid, but I was weird, so.
Maybe I'll make a black Santa painting this year.
Yeah.
Should I?
Just make sure you have a disclaimer that for kids that the real Santa is white kids. Kids, if you're watching, it's fine to paint a black Santa, but just know that the real Santa...
Yeah, this is a joke.
This is an artistic rendering of Santa. The real Santa that flies a sleigh...
I know what you're doing. You're taking all the cheese.
I don't want the cheese. I want the caramel. Okay, funny story. I hope this doesn't get my family canceled, but one year my grandma for
Heads
Christmas...
are rolling in this episode from cancellations.
My grandma for Christmas, and this is my grandma that is the old cat lady that has like 100 cats, lives out in the middle of nowhere, Kansas. Gave us our Christmas presents, and like I got like a little cat with a Christmas hat. My sister got a dog with a hat on it. And then she gave my brother just like a black Santa. That just like said like, ho ho ho, Merry Christmas. And it was just like, okay.
It was a bit.
Cool, yeah, I think it was a bit.
Nice.
I don't know.
Well, maybe.
But we still have it.
When I paint,
okay, my brother's like autistic too, so I think that I don't know.
What was his reaction? Just like
he loves it. Yeah. I think we still have it. It's just like a
they need to remake
Black Santa figurine.
They need to remake the Tim Allen Santa movies with. Who could they do that with? Because that's all the rage now.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Allen.
Would it be like? It would be like Kevin Hart, maybe.
So I was on YouTube like yesterday, and I saw some Fox News clickbait, and it was like Tim Allen tweet upsets woke left.
Yeah.
And I clicked on it, and the story was like.
constantly speaking your mind, you're going to say things like
Hang on.
Alright.
I clicked on it, and the story was basically like very briefly. It showed his tweet, and it was something stupid, like woke. lefties or whatever. I don't know. Just something very basic.
Did he go?
Yeah. And that was like the whole story, and then the video was just like, so you have this to sell here or whatever. Like it just catapulted into advertisement on the show.
Oh yeah.
After like 10 seconds of a story, I'm just like,
You had a tweet that made people mad. So you're selling candles?
yeah, and it worked. I was just like, you got me,
dude. That's the thing now. Like, if you have any sort of fame. Like, and there's anything that gives you a bump in, like, views, like, you gotta have a product ready. Like, if you're a D-list celebrity and your husband gets exposed cheating on you, like, you've gotta have a fucking candle. You've gotta have a, like, a lifestyle subscription ready to go.
So funny. Yeah.
Cause that's the time.
That is the time.
That can go from basically a fake company to like millions.
Yeah.
So when the dog bites, when the bee stings, when my cunts are sad. We simply go to our favorite pub, and then we are not sad. Speaking of British folks.
Oh yeah. What's her name? Liz Truffle?
Yeah,
Liz Truffle?
Liz Truffle Duffle.
Liz Truffle?
Truffle Duffle.
Yeah. Liz Truffleby.
Liz,
The Honorable Liv Truffleby.
Liz Hufflepuffle. Trufflepuff. Liz Truss would be a Hufflepuff, let's be real.
We're talking about the former Prime Minister of the Lord's Holy England. Is that what they're called officially?
Queens. The Lord's Holy England? I think they're just called the Cunts.
Empire of Cunts.
The United Cunts.
Liverpool.
I guess they are once again a kingdom instead of it. Why wasn't it United Queendom? What's her story of that?
Your move, England.
Why wasn't it the UQ, United Queendom?
Go ahead, punk. Make my day.
That's a very you can tell I'm a Liz Truss fan. You can tell I'm a Swiftie. Why isn't it United Queendom? Why are we still calling it a kingdom? Dude, that was one of my favorite tweets when the Queen died. Like, what, they're gonna make a guy the Queen? Wokeism gone amok, you know? Like, they're gonna make Charles the Queen. Wokeism out of control.
Oh, Prince Charles.
So Liz Truss, she was the prime minister for about 40 days. In that time, she slashed taxes for the rich at a time of, already high interest rates and inflation, which made deficits explode. Kind of crashed their economy. Really sort of sank her party's popularity, but everyone in England kind of sucks from what I'm hearing. They are much like us now in that there are no good alternatives. But there's some fun theories about Liz Truss. She was prime minister for 40 days. In that time, she destroyed the Tories party, which is their Republicans. She crashed the UK economy, and she killed the Queen. So there's all those memes of her being a agent of Biden, getting revenge for the Irish. But one of the theories I love the most is Liz Truss is famously a Swiftie, Taylor Swift fan. Well, did you know when she was inaugurated. I don't know what their word is. When she was bedazzled, whatever the British call it. When they put the sorting hat on her, and it said Hufflepuff.
Yeah.
She played a Taylor Swift song about it's a feminist. It's one of her least good songs. It's about how she would have gotten places quicker if she was the man. And then when she left office, the BBC, at a tribute to her, played another Taylor Swift song. And I don't think this was meant to be shady, but they played Blank Space, which is hilarious that she's leaving office.
Yeah.
Like she's literally leaving a blank space. But so the conspiracy theories were she resigned the day before the Taylor Swift album came out. She was just purposely trying to sink the economy so she could dip and just go listen to it.
That's hilarious. Keith, you had an interesting concept that you brought up to me the other day. You said you had conceived of a Kanye doomsday clock that counts down to midnight, or what did you say? What is midnight? What occurs at midnight?
He denies the Holocaust happened.
Yes. So we have conceived of a device that
a la the nuclear annihilation doomsday clock.
yes, and it's called 4 or 5 seconds to midnight. Because that's where we are with that.
Well, should we talk about the Yi? He goes by Yi now.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, I'm not completely up to date on all of it, but the word on the street is Kanye has been a bit of a knucklehead lately.
Yeah.
He is, from what I hear, he's been a little bit of a silly goose.
A little bit. His first offense.
Yeah.
You know. His first time he's ever said anything problematic.
Yeah. Kanye, you are incorrigible. That's how I think we should be responding to this. Kanye!
Has he been talking
Killing
about...
the Jews! Come on! Get out of here.
Has he been releasing music? Or...
I don't think so.
I think he's honed into his entrepreneurial endeavors, probably.
Yeah.
Much more
He's not
applicable to running for office, because if you want to run for office, people want to know that you're a good businessman.
Well, he wanted to sell the White Lives Matter shirts, but no one wanted to sell them. And I guess that was also part of the conspiracy, was the guy he worked with previously was Jewish and didn't want to sell the White Lives Matter shirts. And, those could have been a big hit. Apparently he was the ones he did make, he was giving out to homeless people, like Skid Row.
Yeah.
And I haven't quite processed how I feel about that. On one hand, I want the homeless to have clothing. On the other hand, I don't know if it's in their benefit to have shirts that say white power, basically.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's gonna get them in the best situation.
Yeah.
That would be a good story, is a homeless person that's given a white power shirt.
Where are they now?
Yeah, just their crazy day.
Right. Good story. Well, should we wrap up? Have we done enough? We don't want to do anything else.
Well, is there anything we can say?
Olivia, do you want to talk about anything?
Olivia, is there anything you can say to get through to Kanye?
Yeah. Let's do a little Olivia to close this one out.
I don't know.
Let's interrogate her.
No!
That'll be spooky. Hey, let's do a witch trial. and we're deciding whether or not
like a seance.
No, a trial.
You mean like
she's
burn
on
a witch?
trial.
No.
All right, she's on trial. I'm gonna interrogate you like a cop. No, we're both cops. We're both cops, and we're like.
Well, if this was the Salem witch trial, she's wearing a pointy hat. She's sort of fucked.
That's why it's gonna be good. So, do you want to smoke or anything? Can I get you anything? We're in the interrogation room.
Yeah.
Can I get you anything?
Yeah.
You want to light that up?
Yeah.
Good deal. Can I get you? Here.
Beer. Thanks.
Are you the good cop?
Yeah. So,
Does that mean I'm the bad cop?
do you know why we called you?
No.
You know why you're here?
No.
Where is
It's
Satan's
probably-
mark, Liv?
You're probably not the culprit, honestly.
Liv, tell us. You made a deal with Satan.
I know my rights.
Hey, come on. We're talking here. All right? I'm sorry about him. All right? I'm sorry.
No, wait. Liv, this man is a fag. Trust me. You may be a witch.
That's not the point. You're not helping.
You may be a witch, but you don't want to get involved with homosexuals.
You know what you've been accused of? I don't think you did
What,
it, by the
Father?
way. I don't think you did it. What were you up to last night?
Smoking meth and killing babies.
For what purpose? Were you making a blood sacrifice to Jesus Christ?
Were you killing babies for
Which
Jesus?
God were you doing it for?
Wait, were you killing babies for vanity, or were you killing babies because like in the way that like Abraham did?
Abraham. For
Or were
sure.
you killing babies?
Abraham for sure.
Were you killing babies because they lived on land that you wanted? You know,
Oh,
that's another
Yeah.
reason that Christians would probably be okay with killing babies.
yeah. Were you killing
Well,
babies?
I had to take it. I wanted to
that's
live
fine.
there.
Were you killing babies because you were protecting your property?
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. That checks out. I don't know. You don't think you kind of look like a witch? I don't know. I mean, it's fine. It's a good look. I'm hitting on her, by the way.
Yeah.
Like, it's fine.
It's a great look.
Look, I don't. This is just a chat between two people.
Well, you know those the Salem witch trials were so horny.
Oh yeah.
You know the well, in the Salem specifically, a lot of the women were also convinced they were a witch. They're like, I guess I fucking am a witch.
Yeah.
But in Europe, like the witch burnings and stuff have been going on for so long. Like one of the things they would look for is like a third nipple, and the idea was like this nipple was to feed a demon. So, like, they would just, like, if a woman was being accused of being a witch, they would just, like, search her body and find, like, a mole or, like, a freckle even, and be like, this is it. This is the demon nipple. So women at that time would literally, like, if they had a mole, they would, like, cut it off with a knife just in case. I mean, women, you guys don't have a great past when you dig into it. It's been kind of been a bad time.
Yeah.
Until now. Now you guys have everything.
Yeah, now if anything, it's kind of better.
Yeah.
Have you seen dating apps?
It was all up until it's all pre Beyonce and post Beyonce.
Yeah.
Beyonce liberated you.
Yeah, there's not so much cutting off of the nipples anymore. So
Yeah. Thank God for
now.
Beyonce.
Thank God for Beyonce.
We could also transform back into just like a mono religion, like fascist totalitarian society.
Yes, that is coming. Well, you know, there's like all these news stories about the rise of anti-Semitism, and it's not a coincidence or an accident. Like that's always tied to inflation and economic turmoil. Those tend to come up, but also like, you know, the like climate change. Like it's not going to be good. Like the social, how society will response to that. Like we've just been watching debates on CNN. Like, is climate change real? And someone's like, yes, it fucking is. Mm-hmm. And I guess like why that people like to cheer on that is like, if we can all just fucking agree climate change is real, we can fix it. But the truth is, a lot of people in this country, when they realize like the climate is changing, it's going to be because like their house like got swept away in a flood or whatever. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And they're going to want to burn witches and like kill gay people. Like that will be the solution for probably like 30% of the people here is going to be burn witches. And that seems unplausible now, but
give it time.
Yeah.
Go let them cook for a little while with that, like, you know, the way society's getting splintered off into like Daily Wire, internet content for people, and then, you know, more mainstream liberal like media.
Yeah, Ben Shapiro will have a witch burning expert. Like, yeah.
What's wrong with free speech? Why can't we have a witch burner?
They'll be burning witches in Miami-Dade County.
Why can't we have a medieval torturer on? Yeah.
Hell yeah. Well, I think we should end on that note. Look forward to, you know, the continued economic downturn and oppression of Jews and the natural disasters and the oppression of other groups.
Yeah.
Keep it
Not to mention, let's bring it back full circle, the constant threat of nuclear annihilation. I'm being a comic with a catchphrase. That's my catchphrase.
That's your sign.
Not to mention the constant threat of nuclear annihilation.
You might be a redneck if
you might be a redneck if you're the first one to have to deal with global warming.
You might be a cunt if you drink your beer in the pub and fuck your cousin.
Yeah.
You might be a cunt if you watch the fucking footy game in Manchester.
I'm laughing. Okay.
Yes.
Toodles.
All right. Goodbye, my nationalists.
Bye, my cunts.
Goodbye, my cunts.